Two MLB, two WNBA. I've got 4 winners for you guys on this Friday slate. It is June the 28th, 2024. Let us dive into these best bets. This is the Free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we're just trying to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday was a heartbreaking day on the channel. Oh my goodness, heartbreaking day. We lose a little bit of juice because we go 2-3 on the day. We started off the day really well, okay? So everybody was on the Braves. I decided to take Chris Sale's pitching outs. I felt like a genius because the Braves end up losing the game. Chris Sale ends up going over, and we get really good value at it, like at plus 140. So great way to start the day, right? Then we follow it up with Zach Wheeler in the MLB to record a win. Phillies up 3-0 in the 7th inning, and they decide they want to blow the lead, and they lose the game outright. So 2 heartbreaking losses for if you were on the Braves money line, if you were on the Phillies money line. So we ended up breaking even on the baseball there because, you know, we laid really good juice with Chris Sale, some heavy juice with Zach Wheeler, so that's rough. And then the WNBA parlay hit. All 3 of those favorites did cash in, and that's actually pretty cool considering that I left the Lynx out of it, even though they were an early game, and they ended up losing outright. So that was tough for the people who were on the Lynx, which a lot of people were. And then we did lose on Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso rebounds. Angel Reese ended up hooking at 11. Cardoso actually ended up hooking as well. I gave you 9.5. It actually dropped to 8.5 by game time. She finished with 8. So 2 hooks yesterday, and that's what made it so heartbreaking. We could have easily had a 5-0 day, but instead we have a 2-3 day with a little bit of a loss there, so you hate to see it. Year-to-date record right here. We've got like 2-3 more days left in the month of June. I'm going to give you guys several bets. I'm trying to get to 500. Really don't want to dig myself a deeper hole, but I do like these bets I'm giving you. I don't think we're too far off, and if you guys think that I'm reading the board wrong, like shoot me a comment below. Let me know if I should do something differently, or maybe you're winning on a certain type of bet right now that you're seeing, and let me know. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always just trying to refine and get better. And that's why actually in today's video, I'm going a little bit differently. I'm giving you guys a few bets, especially in the WNBA, that I haven't given you before. So let's see what that does. If you are enjoying these videos, I do appreciate it. Let's smash that like button and subscribe. And I think we're ready for these picks for today. Let's dive into these MLB and WNBA winners. For my first best bet of the day, let us hang out in the MLB first, and let us go to a pick that I know it's not going to be popular. And I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid really fast here. I'm going to get to it early because I know a lot of people are not going to probably be in support of this pick, but I just feel like I got to do it. And we're going to go with the New York Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays. We're taking them on a money line, minus 120 odds. Now you can get at minus 125. Now this is a Yankees team that's lost 4 games in a row, and that's really tough to see. Also considering the fact that they got clobbered by the Blue Jays yesterday, 9-2. Carlos Rodon gave up 7 runs in the first 2 innings of that game, so it just was really out of hand from early there. Now they have to continue this road trip, and the Blue Jays are sending Yusei Kikuchi to the mound, and the Yankees are sending Marcus Stroman to the mound. But this is why I like the Yankees here, because I just feel like there's got to be some regression that's due, right? The Yankees have been struggling. Literally lost 4 in a row, 2 times to the Mets, 1 time against the Braves, and they beat the Braves 8-3, but before that, they lost 3 more games in a row. They've literally lost 7 of their last 8, and when you actually go back deeper, they've lost 9 of their last 11. So this Yankees team has just not really been in good form of late, but the question is, like, they got to turn it around, right? When is that going to happen? And now I think it's going to happen today because Marcus Stroman's on the mound for the Yankees, and he's a right-hander. We've seen what the Blue Jays have done against right-handed pitching this year. They've struggled. Bottom 5 in the major leagues in both batting average and runs scored and isolated power against right-handed pitching this year. They had great success yesterday, but Carlos Rodon is a left-handed pitcher. And now they're sending Yusei Kikuchi to the mound, who's a pitcher that I'm just not really that big of a fan of. 4-7 on the year, a 4 ERA, and when you look at his numbers a little bit deeper over his last 2 starts, he didn't even get out of the 3rd inning in his last start against the Guardians. He gave up 8 hits and 4 earned runs, and his start before that against the Red Sox was a 7-3 loss for the Blue Jays. 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 home runs. He's literally given up 6 home runs over his last 5 starts, including, like I said, 4 in that one game, and we know that this is a Yankees lineup that has a lot of power and that can go yard at any time. But Marcus Stroman is a guy for the Yankees who I think that people are kind of expecting him to be a little bit better, but he hasn't really been that bad. 7-3 on the year, 3.15 ERA to go with 67 strikeouts. His strikeout numbers could be a little bit better, but the thing with Marcus Stroman is he's been solid, just not at Yankee Stadium. And everybody's been watching him at Yankee Stadium because on the year at Yankee Stadium, he's 2-2 with a 4.11 ERA. But if you look at his ERA on the road, he's 5-1 with a 2.18 ERA. That's what I like to see. This game is on the road for the Yankees. That's where Stroman's been better. And this is more of a hitter-friendly ballpark in Rogers Center where the Blue Jays play. So I like the Yankees today. They have to pick up a win. They are reeling bad, and they're not losing ground on the Orioles. Now they're both really tied at the top of the division, and Red Sox are not too far behind. So this is a Yankees team that's finding a midseason slump right now, but I like their chances to turn it around. Give me the Yankees in today on the money line. I love the value that we're getting them at as well, so I'm going to take that as our first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, we are going to go to another American League East game, and we're going to go to the Boston Red Sox San Diego Padres matchup. Now, I actually really do like the American League East today because I had another pick in that Rays Nationals game as well. So if you guys want that pick, I'll drop it inside the Discord group for you guys. But in this Red Sox Padres game, this one's interesting because we have two pitchers on the mound in this matchup that's going to make this one a little bit of toss-up. We've got Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Padres, and we've got Nick Pivetta on the mound for the Red Sox. I do lean the Red Sox here. They are favored on the money line about -150, and I do think that they have the power and the offense to be able to get to Vasquez here. But Nick Pivetta a little bit concerns me. And as a result, I'm just going to go for a total. And I'm just going to go for the first 5 over 4.5 runs here, -130 odds. Make sure you shop around here. Your book might have it at 5 at better value. Feel free to take that. But I just like the 4.5 hook, so this way I don't have to worry about a push. And both of these pitchers, like I said, are a little bit concerning to me. Randy Vasquez on the mound is a 2-4, 5.1 ERA for the Padres. In his last start, he looked really good against the Brewers, where he went 5 innings and he gave up no runs with 5 hits. But this is the thing, that game was at home. His last start on the road against the Phillies, 4 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 6 earned runs given up with 2 home runs. His other road start before that against the Royals, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs given up with another home run. That has been a consistent thing with Vasquez, is not only is he giving up runs on the road, but he's also struggling with the long ball. Besides his last start where he pitched that shutout in 5 innings, in his last 4 starts, he's given up a combined 6 home runs and a home run in each one. Now, when you also look at the home road splits, he has a 3.55 ERA at home, but a 6.85 ERA on the road. Now, this game is at Fenway Park. Guys know that is a hitter-friendly ballpark. A lot of long balls, a lot of home runs can be hit at that ballpark, and this is a guy who struggles with that. That's why I lean towards the Red Sox, but that's why I also am taking the total here, because I think the Red Sox can, truthfully, put 3-4 runs, even 5 runs up themselves in the first 5 and get us over this total. But Nick Pivetta is the reason why I'm not going to lay the juice with the Red Sox right now. Maybe see if I can grab them live, because he has a 4.06 ERA, and he too struggles with the long ball. In his last 2 starts, 3 earned runs and 6 hits and 4 1/3 innings against the Reds, but 2 home runs given up. In his start before that against the Blue Jays, 3 earned runs to go with 7 innings, but 2 home runs given up. So that is something that concerns me here, and that is why I'm just going to lean towards the over. First 5 over 4.5 isolated to the starting pitchers. I don't trust either of these bullpens either, so you can take the full game over, but I think we're going to get a lot of an explosion quickly here, get a few runs on the board. First 5 over 4.5. I'm fading both of these pitchers, going with both of these offenses here. Also keep in mind the Padres are the number 1 team in the major leagues over the last 30 days against right-handed pitching in batting average, so I do like that as well. Especially if Tatis plays, I'm not sure if he's going to be back from the injury just yet, but I do like both of these lines to score some runs today. All right, so we got the 2 MLB plays out the way. Let's dive into these WNBA winners real quickly. And the first game that I'm looking at is the late night matchup between the Mercury and the Los Angeles Sparks. And I'm going to lean towards the Mercury here, because the Mercury are just a team that I've really turned it around ever since Brittany Griner has come back and really given acclimated into the lineup. Since she's come back, even though they lost their last game against the Minnesota Lynx, the Mercury have won 5 of their past 8 games, and they're 4-3 since Brittany Griner returned from that injury. Now, on the other side for the Sparks, they've been reeling ever since since Cameron Brink has really gone down with that ACL injury. They've lost 6 straight games, and they're really just trying to figure out their new identity without one of their best players. But I cannot lay the spread here. It's just a little bit too many points. I think it's at like 10.5 here. I do think they cover the spread, but instead I'm going to isolate this to the team total. Mercury over 88.5 minus 120 odds. So I'm just going to take the Mercury's team total here, and I really like that because the Mercury are a team that actually play very fast. They are 5th in the league in the WNBA and actually in tempo, and as a result, they do score a lot of points. And besides their last game against the Lynx, where they only scored 60 points, and that was on the road, they dropped 99 against the Liberty at home. They dropped 87 against the Storm at home. They lost to the Aces at home, but they still scored 99 points. They traveled to Dallas and scored 97 points, and their last time they played the Lynx at home, besides this previous loss, they had 81 points. So this is just a team that can score the basketball, right? This is just something that they can do. As a result, I love the fact that they can take advantage of a Sparks team that struggles not only on the defensive side of the basketball, but also on the offensive side of the basketball. The Sparks just don't score a lot of points. They're averaging 78 points per game, which is second fewest in the league. But then when you also look at their defense, look at some of their recent game logs and some of the points that they've given up in this recent losing streak. They gave up 98 points to the Liberty. They gave up 93 points to Liberty in the game before that. 79 points to the Connecticut Sun. And the Connecticut Sun are not a really fast-paced team. They're more of a defensive-minded team. They give up 87 points to the Lynx, 9 points to the Storm. So you guys get the point. This is a team that gives up a lot of points, and now they have to face a team that has Diana Taurasi, one of the best scorers in WNBA history, as a third option now. Think about that. Averaging 16 points per game, Taurasi is as a third option because Kayla Cooper is averaging 22 points per game, and then Brittany Griner right now is averaging 19 points per game. 88.5, they should be able to get this. This is just my way of kind of really protecting because, like I said, it's 11-point spread, 10.5-point spread. I do think they cover it, but I'm just going to go with the team total here. But speaking of points, right, I mentioned how many points Brittany Griner is averaging, 19 points per game, and I'm going to take her here. I'm going to take her points over 19.5 minus 110 odds. Now, Brittany Griner has been absolutely stellar since she's been incorporated back into the lineup, and that's what's really gotten this Mercury team that right spark because she missed the beginning of the season with that injury. Since she's really been acclimated back into the lineup, besides her last game against the Lynx, where she only had 10 points, but she shot 14 times. She only shot 4 of 14, so the attempts were there. Against the Liberty, 19 points on 8 of 13 shooting. Against the Storm, 28 points on 10 of 15 shooting. Against Vegas, 25 points on 10 of 17 shooting. Against Dallas, 24 points. So you get the point. 19.5 points today for Brittany Griner. She should be able to get off. We just saw Brianna Stewart just get 20-plus points in each of the times they played against the Suns. The Suns are lacking size without Cameron Brink now. And Rakia Jackson, we took her the other day on her points props. She hasn't really stepped up. They haven't had anybody else step up in that second spot for the Sparks. Brittany Griner should be able to score today as long as she plays the minutes. She's getting the volume. She's getting the touches. Nobody should be able to stop her. Give me Brittany Griner as our last pick of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets, 4 winners I'm giving you guys on this Friday card. In the MLB, give me the Red Sox and Padres first 5 over 4.5 runs. Give me the Yankees on the money line. And then in the WNBA, we're going to go with Brittany Griner over 19.5 points, and she's going to help that Mercury team total, so over that 88.5 points. For more picks and plays I'm looking at throughout the day, Nerfy of the day, click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, and I've got you guys. All right, my friends, appreciate all the love and support. I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Later, guys. Let's get to that cheddar, and let's have a safe weekend. Later, gang.